Al's Album Hour.
Oh, hey! Are you recording now? Oh.
Okay, now he gets quiet. What the hell, man? Okay, what were you just saying, Al? Something about you wanted to do some shots and smoke some cigarettes and
I think it was more than cigarettes.
I don't. No, wait. This is a clean family show.
Yes. No,
Family friendly.
We want to get picked up by Disney, Come on,
We don't do those things on this show. More bourbon?
I have a pretty good drink going right now, but I will need some more bourbon.
Boy, we're already started without being actually started. Okay. Welcome back to Al's Album Hour. Yay! Welcome back to Al's Album Hour, and it is Thursday, the 23rd of May.
It's a great day.
It is a great day. Yep. So we're here in the shed.
We're not in the shed.
Actually, we're not in the shed. We're in the substitute shed. We're
in the shed annex tonight.
Yeah. We're in the Al's Album Hour recording space, wherever that might be.
Okay. Well, we had to kind of get out of the shed. It had to be fumigated because of some kind of bugs or something were going on in the shed. So it's getting fumigated right now. It's tented and they're...
Was it the ants from all that birthday cake?
I think it was. Somebody spilled some frosting or some cake and then they took over the shed and it was like, if you could just imagine an entire ant farm, you used to be able to look into it and see the little trails. Well, that's what it was like when you looked in the windows. You could see the little trails of the ants. So we had to get it fumigated. So we're kind of in the shed annex right now.
Okay. So as you can hear, I'm Al, and I'm here with.
Hello, Al.
I'm here with my two friends and co-hosts, David Hurlbert, my son, my producer, my editor, all of those things. David, welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, Dave.
And I'm here for the show. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And my other cohort in crime, our neighbor, our co-host, Steve Geckler.
Yeah. Hey, Al, thanks for letting me be on your show. And I'm really excited this week because this literally is one of my favorite albums of all time. I know I like a lot of albums, and I have a lot of albums, but really
and
this
you love
is
every song on them.
And I do, and and they're always hitting on every cylinder, So no, but this really is one of my top 5 albums, if not like one or two, and I just love it. It's Al, do you want to say what record we're playing tonight?
Yeah, I'll let everybody know that tonight we are featuring Diamond Dogs, David Jones.
Don't you mean David Bowie?
Jones? Who the heck is David Jones?
Why don't you explain, Steve?
Oh, well, it really is. That's his name, David Jones. It's not Davy Jones from the Monkees, but it's David Jones from David Bowie. And the reason why he changed his name is because of the Monkees.
Okay, so tonight we're going to play Diamond Dogs, and let's start it post-haste.
Post-haste?
Yes.
Post-toasties?
That means...
what does that mean? Like right away?
That means right away.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry for my...
David, it's time for you to spin the record.
All right, we're going to spin the record. Everyone, come along. We're going to go find the record player. And Watch for all the alcohol. Yes, hi, I'm Dave. Hi, Dave. Oh, here's the record player. All right. And, of course, because it's Diamond Dogs, the record player is coated in diamonds. And here we go. And there's a bunch of dogs around, too. All right. Spinning the record.
Diamond Dogs. David Bowie.
When they play it hard, you want more and you want it fast. Put you down, say I'm wrong. You take it thing, put them on. Rebel, rebel, put on your dress. Rebel, rebel, your face is a mess. Rebel, rebel, how could they know? Hot tramp, I love you so.
Okay, question for the show. Is it on?
Yeah.
Is this thing working?
You know, you guys like to break balls over the stupidest things.
You mean like balls to the wall?
Yeah, that
Al?
kind of breaking.
And I want to know,
Sorry.
say your word.
I used the word kersplash to say I did not want my... When the ice cubes from the freezer came on the door of the freezer came down into my glass that already had bourbon in it, I did not want it to kersplash and go all over the place.
That would mean you would waste your bourbon.
Right, but I was renounced over my vilified over my
those big words again.
over the word curse splash. And you know what? It's not a word, okay? I don't know where I came up with it.
Only in Al's world.
Okay.
It's a shed word.
Yeah.
Splashed.
Let's get back to Diamond Dogs. Okay. So
Okay.
so
I have to pee.
Okay. Let's take a little pause.
my lips were buzzing so much that it was like almost hurting.
Okay.
Okay, more bourbon.
Now we can talk about how we don't want Steve in the show anymore.
Yeah, he's not here. We can talk about him all we want.
Yeah.
About how, his usefulness is
Depleting. It's
He
depleting.
didn't want to take the lead on Diamond Dogs, but it is his favorite.
Oh, shh. He's coming.
Yes, quiet.
Did I miss anything?
No.
What did you say about me?
Nothing.
I know. I knew you were saying something bad about me. Well, F you.
Okay. So,
Okay.
I think we tried to re-enter a semblance of order into the show again, since we do have an audience, and I think we should try to be a little bit more sensitive to running this show in a timely, orderly fashion.
What the does that mean?
Okay. So, that was side one of Diamond Dogs, David Bowie. And okay. So, it was
We're waiting.
yes, it was released on May 24th, 1974. So
And today's May 23rd, so it's pretty good that we chose today.
yes, so 45 years tomorrow. It was released by RCA Records, and it's kind of an interesting theme to Diamond Dogs. It's kind of a marriage of 1984 by Orwell.
Oh gosh, more Orwell?
No, I'm not gonna get into all that. And anyway, it's kind of a marriage of that and Bowie's own. He had this persona, like he was. It was glam rock and like Ziggy Stardust and whatnot. And it was like his vision of a post-apocalyptic world. So he actually wanted to make a
Broadway show.
A classical show.
Was it the
production.
Luncheon? I spilled my drink. Holy shit. Now I gotta wash this thing. This whole counter. It's okay. Okay, back to the show.
Okay, yes. Back to the show. Boy, we have been so sidetracked. So anyway, Bowie actually started this after his 1973 album Pinups. But anyway,
Which is all covers.
yeah. But Steve might want to chime
Thank
in.
you for that freaking amazing info. That one little part of
That was
input.
just about pinups. That's all.
But anyway, so as per usual, we usually talk about the album side one, and you guys, I have something to say about a particular song, or some things to say. So why don't you? Do you have anything you want to start with?
Yeah. Hey Siri. What are the songs on Diamond Dogs by David Bowie?
Searching for David Bowie Diamond Dogs on the iTunes Store.
Oh my God, you don't.
All right, hold on.
How do you know?
Steve, you go first.
What do you want me to say? The songs?
Yeah, name your favorite songs.
Oh my favorites. Okay.
I guess.
Well,
Just say what you.
I really I love this record
I love this record.
because the whole thing really kind of runs together. I mean, all the songs kind of when they end, the next one starts right up, and of course, Diamond Dogs is like pretty much a standout, and then Rebel Rebel, it was a big hit actually, and those things, but all of them, Sweet Thing, Candidate, and then into Rebel Rebel, great stuff, So.
Awesome. Yeah, I finally got the song list here. Future Legend is a super cool intro. I just think it's super fun. Diamond Dogs, one of my favorite songs, and it seems like they did it live, which is pretty cool. Rebel Rebel, amazing, good rocker, good rocker, and then 1984, what a song. Yeah, but I like to talk about all the songs to bust his balls.
Balls to the wall.
Anyway, that's it for me. How about you?
Did you have more to say, or you're good?
No,
Okay.
no. Careful, careful.
What's worse than?
What's worse than spilling a beer? Spilling 2 beers.
Yes, exactly. Right. By the way, you know what kind of beer tastes best? Free beer. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit more about Rebel Rebel because Rebel Rebel is his most covered track. And David and I, we play in a cover and originals band called Sonic Boom, and we cover Rebel Rebel. In fact, I sing Rebel Rebel. So it's a cool.
Wow, Al.
Yeah.
That's actually very cool.
Yes, it is very cool.
For once, Steve respects you for once.
I love that.
Just a split second.
I love this song. He was firing on all cylinders.
Oh, wow! He was firing on all cylinders.
He was on fire.
Yes, and anyway, it's been said that this song was kind of like a farewell to Bowie's influence of glam rock. He was, up until this point, pretty much pioneered, I would say, the glam rock movement.
was just part of it.
Well, they say he was a big part of it.
Okay.
Also, it's been noted in certain circles that this was what they call a proto-punk track, that it was kind of like maybe the...
I know you think you're awful square, but you made everyone you've been everywhere. Lord, I think you've overdosed if you knew what's going down. Someone to blame us, someone to follow, someone to shame us, some blame or follow, someone to fool us, someone like you. Someone to blame us, someone to follow, someone to shame us, some blame or follow, someone to
Welcome back. That was side 2 of Diamond Dogs, David Bowie. Yeah! Okay. So that I actually didn't know that I knew one of the songs on there, and I definitely do. 1984. I really like that song. How about you guys? You guys, anything on there that appealed to you or is of...
I really love 1984.
Steve?
Rock and Roll With Me, 1984, Big Brother. Just the way the whole... Sorry, I had a little frog in my throat there. Just the way the whole second album runs together. It's got a great little... tells a great little story. And actually, I have a little story if you want me to talk about that right now. Is that okay with you, Al? Okay. Sure? Okay. Well, it has to do...
He's always got a little story.
I do. I really do. My little story is I never met David Bowie. And wait, Al, what? Are you okay over there? Okay.
No, it was funny how he said that. It reminded me of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. When the cop stops Steve Martin and John Candy, and he says, do you think this car is safe to be driven on the highway? And John Candy goes, yes. Yes, I do. I really do.
You would know better than us, especially since we got a melted speedometer.
Do you feel this vehicle is safe for highway travel?
Yes, I do. Yes, I really do.
I do. I really do. Let's talk about the album and the cover. The cover was actually it's kind of an odd cover. It's kind of David Bowie is kind of half human, half dog. And then in the background you see these women and you can't really figure out what they are. They kind of have like hoofs for feet and everything. So it's kind of an odd cover. But the story with the cover was it's a gatefold album, which means it opens up and there's like there's a picture, like the picture from the front and back connect together, okay? And David Bowie is, what is that called? Not grammatically correct, but when the physical body is the same. I forget what it's called. That's it, Al. Okay. Sorry, I was having a little bourbon brain out moment.
Bourbon brain out.
So David Bowie, he's half human, half dog. And, of course, the dog part is anatomically correct. And it's got his little pee-pee on there. And so... so they released the record, and then they recall the record because of the picture is kind of not good for 1975. And so then they have to go there and take the little anatomically correct pee-pee out of there. And so they changed the record cover. But if you have one of those record covers, you need to check your record covers. If you have one of those now, it's worth thousands of dollars. You might be able to pay your mortgage off. You never know. But that's kind of the thing with the cover. And the other thing is David Bowie produced this record himself because he felt really strongly about the music. And that might be the end of my short but way too long story.
Yay. I always love your stories.
Thank you, David.
Okay. I wanted to mention two personnel, band members that were of note. One kind of was with Bowie for a lot of this period previous. Mick Ronson. Mick went on to play with a bunch of bands, actually, but after this he went to play with Ian Hunter and Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes, which was David Bowie penned composition, all the way to Memphis. You might remember them. So Mick became part of Mott the Hoople.
And he also had solo stuff, solo career. So.
Right. And then the drummer was Ainsley Dunbar and Steve
Geckler.
No. Newman. I think you got that wrong.
Newman.
No. Paul Newman?
Oh, Paul
What?
Newman.
Was he when he wasn't acting? He was drumming.
What's his name again?
I have to look at Tony Newman.
Oh, Tony Newman.
Famous Tony Newman.
Yes.
Who made that salad dressing called Tony Newman's salad dressing?
Oh, man, are we botching this whole thing up? Anyway, so drummers were Ainsley Dunbar, Tony Newman. Ainsley was like on all kinds of recordings.
His own band and a lot of fun. And yeah, Ainsley Dunbar did a lot of stuff. And I actually recently just rebought an Ainsley Dunbar record, which we may play on Al's Album Hour.
Cool. Okay.
To put Paul Newman on a drum set for this next for this episode.
Okay.
He's dead.
Yeah, well, I'll put the pictures together.
Bones.
I'll put the picture together.
He might be dead, but Paul Newman, I really always really liked that guy. You know what he stood for. Did you have a curse splash?
No, I don't even know what the that means. It's not a real word.
I know the word that I meant. It was kerplunk. That is kind of a word, but
When was
I
the last time you've used that? In the last 10 years.
tonight,
Oh,
and I'm telling you, I put the two together, curse splash, because an empty glass you would have had a kerplunk, which you just heard. Then if you had bourbon in the glass, you know, fitting with the show, one of the show's major catchphrases, more bourbon.
more bourbon.
Then you would have a curse splash.
Okay.
Can we get to the album now?
I know it. What
Yes.
I forgot what album. Oh, wait, it's Diamond Dogs. That's right.
Yes.
Okay. I did want to say one little thing. One other. This is just a very, hopefully a short story, but
He's always got a little short story.
it's not a story. Okay. No, it was Bowie is known for using
Heroin?
well, he might have used that too. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an art form that Bowie used, and it was what he would take. He would take a whole bunch of words and cut them up in paper form and cut them, and then randomly pick songs, and it's called like a cut up system or stuff like that. Cut up style, and William S. Burroughs did it, and Bowie actually took it to an extreme where somebody made, and this is probably the early form of apps and computers where he could randomly pick songs that way, and he actually did that with quite a few of his albums. I think Station to Station has a lot of that on there, but it's an interesting way of coming up with lyrics. I think it's actually kind of weird because you're throwing a lot of different weird words together. But that's this is the first time he used that on this album.
Wow.
Okay. So I think
Okay.
I personally I've got nothing. I personally have.
He's got nothing.
I think I am done.
Should we wrap?
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you think we should close it out, and
No, we gotta wrap it up.
we'll wrap it up. Okay. So I'm gonna give my spiel as usual. I'm gonna start by saying that playing as a musician people think it's all glamorous. It's hard work. A lot of these guys have to pack up gear and transport it and set it up and play and break it down and pack it up and bring it home. I'm trying to make a point here that there's a lot of talent out there, and unless you have a lot of money, you are doing a lot of work. Even if you have a lot of staff,
roadies.
You have hits. You have
groupies, drugs, quaaludes.
Wow.
No. None of that's involved in rock and roll.
So what I'm trying to say is
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say even the most really set up musician, the band that really tours, that has a road crew. These guys put out a lot of stuff. You know, these guys are not necessarily rich. They might be famous. They might have gotten screwed over by their record company. These things have happened. They may have wasted it. They may literally have smoked it or drank it. So what I'm trying to say is that these guys, we honor them. We love them. We put them on a pedestal. And we should, because they're creative genius. Support these guys. Support local guys. Support your local band that you might see.
It's only an hour show, Al.
Well, you know what? If there weren't all the comments and everything in between, I would have
long story at the end.
Totally,
we get the point.
Yes,
It's all about fun.
Yes.
It's all about support local music, live music. Summer's coming up. There's going to be a ton of live music coming up. Go to your bar, have a little drinky, and support the band that's playing there. Throw some money in the tip jar.
Yes, thank you, Steve.
See, that only took like 30 seconds, Al. Wrap it up, Al.
Yeah, time to break somebody's balls.
To the wall.
Balls to the wall.
Yes. Okay, let's wrap it up. Thank you to my son, my co-host, my producer, my editor, my just everything guy, David. Thank you. Without this, we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much for your
without you, he wouldn't
participation.
That's right.
Well, yes, thank you to me, I guess. Thank you, Steve, for mentioning that.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's a lot of fun. And rock on. That's all I have to say.
Okay. And I just want to say thanks, Al, for letting me be on this show. I know I kind of bust your balls a lot, but I just do it all in fun. And everything we do in the show is for fun. We don't want to offend anyone. And so that's all.
Okay.
Okay.
So that being said, I'm going to sign off for tonight. And thank you tonight. Thank you for tuning in.
Okay. No. The only thing I really wanted to say in all sincerity, I just want to thank David Bowie for being David Bowie for his entire life and going through all he went through and all the great music and everything. It changed my life, and I really think it was like one of the best artists of our time, and I'm just so happy that I lived in my lifetime of David Bowie.
Thank you for finding us on YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Spread the word.
Leave your comments below. And once again, you are the best audience there is. Put some good vinyl on and spin it. Put Diamond Dogs on. Give it a listen. Spin it. And thank you for being with us tonight. Good night. That ain't it.
No, this
Well,
is something totally
that was a crazy show. I'm sorry.